Okay. 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 Hey, it's Poisson Variance, your VTuber math lover gamer nonsense enjoyer and deputized C programmer. Baby. If you're ever if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling sad, if life ever feels like it's in a bad place, if life ever feels like it's tough, it's difficult, you're not going as far as you should be, or maybe the world isn't going in the direction you want, just remember that skibbity is now officially in the Cambridge Dictionary. And maybe that'll make you feel just a little bit worse. I hope that helped. Oh, my body's so stiff today. God. On the bright side. What was it? I think it was Baron. Yesterday was like, you have to do 15 minutes of C programming a day, or C++. Today. So, I did. I continued a bit. I just messed around a bit with the, Thank God you're setting up a bit. I was worried you actually cared. Oh, of course not. You just caused thousands of sewer slides. Hopefully in Minecraft. No, but in C++, I got it. So the program now effectively does the single digit multiplication and division and returns doubles and whatnot. It's funny, I had to use the long unsigned int variable again, or yeah, another one for a different loop. And I hate it so much, and I can't believe that was the solution, is declaring a long unsigned int variable. Yeah, hi Kikado. Hi. Yes, playing Little Nightmares 7? 6? 2. Sorry, I forgot my numbers for a minute there. It happens to the best of us. And to me, which is not the best of us. I generally try my best to be the worst of us. Because I don't want to be the last of us. Despite liking Pedro Pascal. And that one the actor who plays the girl, she was in the last season, the terriblest seasons of Game of Thrones. You know, you can use auto. Well, so that's the thing, Quark. We tried auto to infer the type, and I should have just said, yeah, big int equals unsigned data and change the alias. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that I can mess with aliases. But yeah, so we tried doing auto, and it wouldn't compile correctly. Hi, Kip. Welcome. And so, because it wouldn't compile correctly, and then we tried to mess with the... You can't like Pedro Pascal, he makes physical contact with his coworkers to show affection. I really hope that doesn't mean what I think it means. Because he's an awesome dude. I don't want him to... I don't want him to not be a good person. Last of Us is a good game. I have never played it. I should at some point. Probably. Maybe. Not definitely. Just maybe. Alright, it's late for you, Kikato. It's already 10 p.m. there. Well then, get some good sleep. Get some good sleep. Thanks for stopping by, though. The weird thing I know about the Last of Us 2 Season 2, or The Last of Us Season 2, because Season 2 is about the second game, is that, because like in The Last of Us 2, the main girl gets a girlfriend, right? But what's weird is that actor has just like a baby face, and so it's hard not to see her as just an actual child. Funny enough, it's kind of similar to the last season of Game of Thrones in the sense that, like, in the last season of Game of Thrones, you know, Arya, who we've seen since the actor was a literal child, and now the actor's an adult, but in many of and she's also a short, like Maisie Williams is short. We've seen her grow, but in our eyes, like, she's still that little girl. And then she sleeps with someone, and I'm just like, ew. It felt so gross. I hated it. It was just the worst feeling in the world. That whole season was terrible. Anyways, the actor who plays the girl in The Last of Us is in the final season of Game of Thrones, which is why I brought that up. I have a Little Nightmares game where Six is played by Danny DeVito. And, because he's small, and then whatever the main character, what is it, Mono in this one, is played by Peter Dinklage. It's my $1 million idea that no one will ever sign off on. But 'tis well past time I hit the... Is it? I was gonna say it's well past time I hit the go button, and I realized that I've only been live for 10 minutes, and normally it takes me like half an hour to even start playing a game. Even with the menu open. I feel like it makes a good backing track. Where's Cheese? I want Cheese to play more Minecraft horror mods while this plays in the background. I think that would really just ruin his day, and that makes me happy. Like I said, I'm the worst of us. At least I know it. Or does knowing it make it worse? I'm never sure about that kind of stuff, where it's like, when people are like, oh, I know I'm so bad. I know I'm so bad because I'm doing X, but because I know I'm so bad, I'm a little better. It's like, is that right? Is that right? Are you sure you're not just worse because you're aware that you're doing a bad thing, and yet you still choose to do it? Oh, the Pedro Pascal thing. Oh, he likes to, like, give his coworkers hugs. That's what that is. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, it's one of those scary things where it's like, whenever you get, like, celebrities who get really popular, you just... There's always... And you know, primarily with male celebrities, there's always that kind of worry. And it's unfortunate that that's the world we live in. And you see people who just seem like genuinely nice people. And then it's like, oh, I really hope they're not a bad person. The thing is, I also don't really care about celebrities at all. I don't understand the hype about being a celebrity. Because like, being an actor or something, when you see them in movies, that's their job. Their job is to portray characters. So however they act in real life won't necessarily be at all similar to how they act as characters, and they can be really good, genuine actors. But outside of that, why do I care? It's their job. Why do I care what, God, what's his name? Chris Hemsworth is up to? Outside of, you know, he was Thor. And then he was in Mad Max. I was like, oh, he actually can act. Like, outside of that, why would I give a crap? Their lives, not mine. You know, celebrity stuff in general is so dumb to me. There's no reason for me to care at all about anyone's life outside of the work that they are intentionally presenting to the world. For me, it's like on the same vein of like following like celebrities on Twitter. And I think that's where something like streaming is a bit weird, because they're presenting part of streaming is that like you're presenting yourself or a version of yourself to the world for an extended, you're like providing a bit of an insight into your own life. So I guess following like streamers kind of makes sense to me, because streamers, it's the same sort of thing of these like content creators are still but even tweeting is kind of presenting yourself to the world, but you're presenting yourself in the same sort of medium that you would be presenting as streaming. Whereas an actor, you're portraying a role, but what you're doing outside of that, I don't care. Outside of that role, whatever you have to say to the world, I'm not necessarily interested in. And now there are like different versions of that, like, and you know, counter arguments to that and stuff, because you can have people who can utilize their platform of fame in really positive or negative ways, or they could utilize it to do something else. A weird example, I guess, would be like Jack Black, because Jack Black's an actor, but he's also a musician, so he's able to utilize each of these different mediums of his to gain sort of popularity around the other one, sort of thing. If you know him from his music, you can then know him as an actor. If you know him as an actor, that can then lead you to his music, kind of thing. But by and large, who cares? This is day 127 of me complaining about social media in some avenue. By day 127, I actually mean like year 17. No, I haven't been complaining about social media since I was 8 years old. It became a more recent thing. In the last... Let me think. Because when did I have TikTok? Because I had TikTok for like 2 weeks, and I want to say it was back in... How long ago was that? God, I don't know. Because it's before the end of the world. I have TikTok before the pain, so it's probably like 2019 or 2018. When does TikTok... Wait, hold on. When is TikTok created? When was TikTok made? And not by Kesha. 2016. Oh, it became international in 2017. Okay. So I think I have it in like 2019. I have it for 2 weeks. And I remember a day specifically, I was lying in the bed that's right behind me. I was on my phone. I got up for the day, showered, ate, breakfast, got all dressed. Whatever, I'm good to go. My day is ready to start. I'm ready to do something. And I straight up lied in bed from like noon, maybe, for like 4+ hours just scrolling TikToks. And I was like, what happened to my day? And then I uninstalled TikTok. And I feel a lot better about it. Let me tell you that much. Let me tell you that much. Sorry, I'm just... Whenever I tab out of the game, the music stops, which is annoying because I like to tab out of the games all the time on stream and not let anyone know, or pretend that anyone doesn't know, so I can like look at Discord and stuff. So I can spy on people and see what they're saying in my Discord. It's such a weird thing to me. You're saying you saw a problem and took steps to address it? Impossible, I know. It's amazing that people can actually do that. There's such a thing called just like seeing you have a problem with yourself and then making a decision that stops the problem moving forward. Most people would never believe me. I don't know. It's also, I mean, that's just a thing where it's like, it's crazy that people refuse to self-reflect. That's why, like, I was talking with someone about this earlier today. Whenever you have to, like, list your accomplishments for stuff, it's like, hey, I received this award, or I worked with this lab, I have this publication, I presented at this conference kind of thing. All this stuff. I always feel really weird doing that because, yes, these are all, it's just a list of things, but I feel like I'm bragging, and I hate that. I hate that. I don't want to be bragging. Ever. Someone posted on the Discord, and I think that's just to distract me. Thank God. Thank God Poisson doesn't read the Discord during streams so that we can plan their downfall.
Cotton 4K.
If you ever get memberships, my lack of self-reflection will go towards your bills. Well, I appreciate your honesty. That's the thing. I'm like, if I ever get partnered, do I want to open up super chats? I would feel bad. I would feel guilty about it. But I guess, like, the argument's there of, like, for some people it is a career. For some people it is a career. That's the thing. Poisson is a VTuber, confirmed? No. No, I'm not. This is just real life. This is just what I look like. I mean, I have the headphones. You guys saw that. I showed the little ears from my headphones. I think that's the thing where it's like, it's weird. It's weird to be smart enough to know about your own problems. Like, I'm aware of the fact that I have issues with self-confidence and whatnot, to the point where I know that's not right. I get paid at my job, and I'm like, should I be earning this much an hour? I don't really do anything. I just kind of stand around a good chunk of the day. My job's pretty chill. And so then I feel like guilty that I get a paycheck. I feel guilty that I get praise. I feel guilty that, like, I feel guilty that you guys show up. I feel guilty that I'm entertaining in some capacity, because I feel like I'm not entertaining enough. I'm like, am I somehow taking advantage of these people's time? Do they want to be doing something else? Would they rather be doing something else? And I have to remember, like, you guys have your own computers, you have your own phones, tablets, Wi-Fi, whatever. Will it help if I don't show up? No! Because that'll be sad, because it's becoming parasocial. Like, I have to remember that you guys can make the choice whether or not you show up. You just all choose to show up, and that's super sweet. And that's, like, unironically, it's super touching. It makes me really happy. Like, yeah, I've said it before. I find myself missing you guys when I don't stream. And it just makes me wish that I, like, had the social battery to stream for longer, because I have fun with it. I really enjoy doing it. Maybe that's it. Oh my god, it's Mono. Everyone, it's Mono. He's here for Little Nightmares. This is blatant trapped in Poisson's basement already. I've never said that. If you, I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those things. I don't even have a basement. I could go for a basement. I could use a basement or two. Or three. I want to like a Resident Evil. You're glad I'm out of those nightmares? Well, we're about to go back in, Mono. I could really go for to have like a Resident Evil style house. Just that would be the only reason I would want a big house, because I'm fine with no space, but I would be fine with a mansion if it meant I could fill it with Resident Evil puzzles, and then it'd be like, hey, can I get to the, like a guest comes over, can I get to the kitchen? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, just grab the horse key. The horse key will lead you upstairs, and then it will take you through the hallway full of spikes and traps. You'll be able to get through that, and then you'll get the wolf key, and then with the wolf key, if you have to go up to back down to the first floor, and then there'll be a hole in the ground which will lead a passageway. You climb through the passageway, but that'll be locked, so you have to go back. Then you have to go outside on the veranda, and then on the veranda you'll have to shoot 3 targets with an airsoft gun that'll leave there. Don't worry, that clip for it and all the BBs and whatnot will be left back in that tunnel, so you'll be able to pick those up. And after you shoot the 3 targets, then that will lower down a pendulum, and the pendulum will have the key to it to that basement door. So you go back in the tunnel, you'll crawl through, and then you open the thing, and you'll come out and you'll be in the kitchen. Easy. Don't worry, there's a typewriter in the kitchen, so you'll be able to you'll be able to handle it. You'll be able to save. You'll be able to reload your kitchen save anytime you want. And if I catch my shot, Are they kids? Are Mono and 6 kids? I honestly don't know. I've never been sure. I know like they're the same size as like the children in this game, but all right, it's been 25 minutes. I feel like it's time to hit new game. It's time to start. I feel like that's fair. Imagine having to go to the bathroom requires the horseshoe key, and you only acquire via the hedge maze in the backyard. That would be amazing. See, that's the kind of house I want. That's the kind of house I want. I want it to be a confusing mess anytime you have to do anything. Everyone who enters the house, including the people who live there, will have to bring a map with them. I'll have merchants around. I'll have a merchant that moves around the house. Oh, like this loud. Jesus. Okay. Yep, we're turning it down. Alright, so I'll have like a merchant that moves around the house. What would a smaller baby be? A fetus? You have a merchant that moves around the house, and he'll like sell maps and stuff. Ooh. I forget, what's the run button in this game? Square. Okay. You two were born from a TV. Then what was I born from? What's the grab button? Yeah, that. Yes. Correct. I believe the term is I don't know. Fetus eye? That's crouch, that's sprint, that's shoe. Show. This button, I forgot how many buttons this game requires I press. Oh no, I just remembered this game has like perspective, and for whatever reason, my perspective in the, like, every time I've tried to handle the perspective in the first game, I died horribly. They not like us? I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted. Alright, hold on. Let me try something else. It's a 2D camera and a 3D perspective. Yeah, that's too many letters. I can't handle that. said the mathematician. Alright. I'm already forgetting the button. Fine, we'll just drag this over here, I guess. And here I wanted... Yeah, like, the fact that I can move things in 3 dimensions feels so weird. Most games are, in fact, 2D exclusively. They have 0 3D in them. Every single game is just a 2D platformer, if you think about it. Oh god, speaking of The Last of Us and 2D platformers, hold on. There was a stupid meme that I was thinking of the last time. What do you mean the space isn't isomorphic to R2? Hold on a minute. Of us. It's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, here it is, here it is. God, will that even... Alright, let's see if this picture will even arrive. It's 2 a.m. for you? Yeah. This is the one I was thinking of. Where it's like, these are the only games that exist. Alright. Oh, are we back? Oh, I think what happens... Uh-oh. I like that you're so 100% committed to the mono roleplay. I mean, that you are mono. Because you are definitely mono. Alright, my connection seems to exist again. Mono, why can't you swing properly? Please answer me, Mono. We back. Yeah, we back. Yeah, my connection just literally disappeared entirely for a minute there, and I have no idea why. I'm so stupid. Wait a minute, I can just blame everything on Mono. This is genius. You being in my chat makes the stupidness of the HBO guy cause the stream to get interrupted. That's what it feels like. I think that's literally it. I hate people saying uninformed things. I see you're born from a TV and raised this. Bold of you to assume I was born at all. I was spawned, hatched from a dragon fruit that burst out of a frog's produced just a miracle baby. The Immaculate Conception. A way cooler Bible in the making. Oh, my connection's plummeting again. Oh, now it's not, now it is, now it's not, now it is, now it's not. Whee! Baron is a homunculus of who? Who made Baron? These are important questions. Up? Who birthed... Well, we know who birthed Baron, a dragon fruit and a frog, but... Who planted the dragon fruit in the frog? I'm blaming Todd Howard too. I'm gonna double down on the Todd Howard thing. He's pissed because I called him out. You're chewing on my internet cables. How is it for you guys? Is it connection messing for you guys? For a what? Because on my end, it says it's like rubber banding like crazy. But then it says it's fine. So I honestly have no idea. And like the last time this happened, it says it was completely fine. Welcome back, Mono. Oh, can I? Oh. Aha. Want to take this. It's cutting out when I say it's cutting out. Okay, let's see. Of course it is. It is. Watch as I disappear for a minute. Alright. Let's see if I can reassert dominance over my connection. It's so weird. I don't get it. It has good days, it has bad days. I didn't even see the bear trap, I'm gonna be honest. I got the stick and then did not realize I needed the stick for a reason. I just sort of... How do I... That's how I do it. They didn't have any weapons in the first game, so I had to figure that one out. Okay, so I think I solved that puzzle. Step 1, don't do that. Is there a way to actually see where they are, or do I just have to, like, start hitting stuff? Be like... Go! Wait, huh? Oh! Oh, it's a... Yeah, why does my toaster require bandwidth? There it is. That's how that works. One day I'll figure out how to play this game. Oh, I can kind of see them. Pineapple! Dr. Pinecone, go. I'm just gonna keep this Pinecone with me, because at this point, it's the safest option. Fine ones. Yeah, I was thinking pineapples, but... Oh god, isometry. I can't survive isometry. Ooh. Pinecone, go. See, you're getting it. So while I've never played this game, I've seen playthroughs of this game, and so I know what's gonna happen. So I don't think I'll be surprised by literally anything. Like, I know the twist at the end and everything, but... I will, Mono. I'm taking this. Give the entire script to excerpt Deburia's Pinecone video? I have no idea what that is. Oh, I was playing the Little Nightmares music. La, la, la. A Yall of Barn. Let me in! Let me in! Can I throw maybe this? I have a feeling I'm supposed to be throwing stuff. That didn't work. Oh. I had to reenact my favorite movie, The Shining. Starring Jack Nicholson from Shining fame. There's a cleaver. Can I take the cleaver instead? This one looks more fun. No, that's cheap. Bullshit. Cleaver. It's fine. It's fine, 6. We're friends, 6. I just realized they're drawing of her with, like, friends with the gnomes. Pine cone is alive without sentience, therefore no suffering. Use the words ouch and ah. Explain how great it must be to a pine cone. To be a pine cone in 300 words from point. What? Get back here, 6. We have to be best friends. We have to be best friends, 6. This is the Besties Adventure series. It's all about us being besties. Okay, fine. What kind of bestie wouldn't let me chase them down with a hatchet? Oh. Yeah, that's what my family's like too. It can be hard on holidays. There's not a lot of conversation, but we get by. You break their door with an axe, say we have to be best friends. It's always worked for me. Hey! That's so weird to hear 6 talking. Oh no, Mr. Man is gonna come here and shoot us with his shoot gun. Oh, there's that room full of mannequin limbs. Why can't I think of that? See, this is the kind of bestie you need in a video game. More games. What? Maybe I say more games because I don't know any off the top of my head. What are more games where you can just have, like, a video game bestie? Because I want to play them now. Hey, ma'am. Dang. Ugh. Severed arm again. This always happens. You know, you're going to work, you're trying to open the door, and then boom, arm falls off. I gotta find like a whole bestie genre though. I like that. She doesn't help you up. I feel like that's foreshadowing. Oh. Mine now 6. Alright. We can agree we're besties now. If you ever stop being my bestie, I'll go and find another hatchet. Ha. I'm kidding. Isn't there a mechanic to, like, hold her hand? Can we hold hands, 6? What besties do, right? Eh? Oh, there's a call bestie button. I think every game needs a call bestie button, to be honest. Can I shimmy? Maybe I can push this? I wonder. For the stealth sections, does it count as seen if 6 gets seen, but you don't get seen? Oh, jeepers. Oh, gee willikers. Run, 6. It's every tiny person for themselves. Help me, 6, please! You're my only hope! Okay, so if you go too fast... So you kind of have to wait. You say the dude can't aim, but he's killed me twice. He'll never consider the possibility that we moved... But how did he get so far behind us? My man's slow. Wait, you gonna move? Okay. Now we're cooking. It just means you're even worse at dodging. Okay, I'll admit, that one kind of got me. I think it's like, why is he so adamant about killing them? Like, everything in these games just wants you dead so much, badly, and I don't get why. Because it's scary. Bro is so blind. He's trying to fit inside the hole. What did you see at the end of the last game? Well, I mean, don't kill the children on your doorstep. Well, like, 6 only killed everyone after everyone tried to kill her. I mean, she did eat a gnome, but like... So? Who hasn't eaten a gnome? Name one person in your life who hasn't eaten a gnome. Let me try that again. Alright, I'm gonna be back in 1 second. Made hot dogs, and so I'm gonna go grab a hot dog. I'll be right back. I'm back with food. Goodbye forever. You say that, but I'm back. Alright. Alright. Let's see whatever you refuse to believe the moral integrity of someone who would eat a whimsical gnome. How do I think it is just to run and jump. I think my timing is just that bad. That can't be the solution. That can't be the solution. That can't be the solution. Is that really the way to do it? I'm just terrible at timing it? It just feels like there's none. Oh, I'm stupid. There's a little thing. And then 6 will... Okay, I'll raise this, and then 6 will catch me. No one saw me try and make her drop. Can you toss the other guy across? Whee! See, with how far I went on that jump, I feel like I would have been able to make it on my own, but whatever. I see something up here. This is very obviously a thing. Six, follow me. Let's go. Let's climb to the top of this. Just double jump? Oh yeah, like in real life. I feel like this is definitely a thing, you know? Oh? Is it? Okay. I guess we won't save Paddington Bear up there, or whoever that is. Oh man, let me take advice from my hot dog. That's a good idea, hot dog. I couldn't that bear myself. It's so funny whenever Mono gets shot. Am I a bad person? Protect me, television. See what I was talking about with the Isama tree? I'm terrible with the three-dimensionality. A little evil, but it's fine. I seem to have a death for anticlimactic death and suffering. Want to join the army? See, it's really funny when what happens in like such ridiculous ways. Like, in particular, it's the way his body just, like, flops that I find so funny. Like, he gets shot and he just, like, florps about. Must have just been a ghost tree. Did I just start it? Oh my god, Pedro Pascal, that can't be a coincidence. That can't be a coincidence. Yeah, I did just start. It can't be a coincidence that Pedro Pascal fan just showed up after the conversation we were having earlier. See, like, 6 is fine. 6 can get spotted, and no one cares. Ah, this is my shotgun room. I think most people have one of these. You see, earlier we were talking... I don't remember what... But earlier we were talking about Pedro Pascal. So. Oh, cool. Some emotes actually do show up on the chat box. That's cool. I wasn't sure if they were gonna. You say that, Baron. But 6 is the protagonist of the first one, so clearly somebody wanted to kill 6. Or wants to kill 6. It was a prequel. This is... one of them ocean TVs. I think it's one of, like, my favorite visuals in the game. Like I said, I've seen a whole playthrough. Have I ever played it? No. But I was like... When you're getting side character energy in this one, they are. See, if this was 6 post the first game, she would have all of her darkness powers. And then all of this would be easy. Have 6 be a boss fight in the third game. You just lose. This shot I love so much. It has like major, like, what's it, is called thalassophobia? I think thalassophobia is the fear of large objects, and Mana would be dead. Shh, shh, shh. No spoilers, even though I know. But like the way it's bending like a wave is so cool. So it feels like it's almost part of the ocean. Awesome. I don't think it's out yet. Or is it coming out? Is it already out? Megalophobia? Hey Jay, do you know what else that reminds me of? You know what Oh, thalassophobia is fear of the ocean, right. Buddy? Buddy, old pal? You good? Oh, I ate him. Anyways, Jay, you know what megalophobia reminds me of? Reminds me of the worst game ever made. As a song. Song in it. Similar name. Very similar name. What does it remind me of? Like I said, the worst game ever made. That song. The song. What's it? What's that one song? Oh yeah, it's a one song from that worst game ever made. On tip my tongue. The sand gives The Last of Us Santa Barbara vibes. Isn't Megalophobia a song from Undertale? Megalovania is a song from Undertale, and you... Man, you guys got it. Wow. Like you said, worst game ever made. Or, like, yeah, you know what? Like you guys said, it's from Undertale. The worst game ever made. Help me up, 6. Still haven't played it. Every time he dies, why is it so funny to me? Why is it so funny to me? He'll track me down and force me to play Undertale. I'm gonna play it at some point, and it's probably gonna be really good, but I'll refuse to accept it just for the bit. I'll just keep it going on this whole bit about hating Undertale. I'll be like, yeah, it sucks. Does not approve. How did you know I hated Peak? It's so funny. That we talked about Pedro, where was I talking about how hot he was? No. Why do I keep falling? No. No, we were talking about... What were we talking about? We were talking about The Last of Us. I think that might have been it. I think I was talking about how I don't care about what Pedro Pascal's up to in his real life. Whatever I'm doing here is not the solution. Were we talking about how he's a good actor? I think so. Alright, what am I supposed to do? I should... What am I supposed to do? Can I go through here? You keep calling to me, Six, but... I don't know what to do with you. Like, all of that... Yeah, what? Eh. Was I supposed to, like, bring her up? But I feel like they wouldn't just soft lock me. Would they soft lock me? Like, I think I need her help. Cats? Undertale slander. I did do my 15 minutes of C++. I was talking about that earlier, actually. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I ended up setting it up so it was the calculator was able to do it's still on single digit because multiple digits gonna be annoying as hell. It's still on single digit, but it's come on, I'm so dumb. Still on single digit, but I switched it to floating point values. So now it's able to do multiplication and division and actually return the correct terms instead of trying to return 0 every time. Because like if I divide, like I'm able to get like divide 1 by 2 now, and you know that'll return 0.5. The other thing I want it to work with multiple digit numbers, but that's gonna be annoying. What? Why am I unable to play the game? Why am I so bad? How many deaths is this? Switch to a floating point, now it can do math wrong. No, it does the math correct. 1 divided by 2 equals 0.5? What about that's wrong? Did I not say that? Did I say something else? If I did say something else, that wouldn't surprise me. But, shut up, Six. I mean, sorry. Yeah, Bestie, pop off. Alright. Let's just... There we go. 0.5 out of 0001. Alright, fair enough. So the other thing I wanted to do is... yeah, account for that. Where I want to kind of knock it off at, like, a certain number of zeros or something. And that'll be easier to do. I just have to have it cut off at a certain length. But I want to see if I can get it to not only cut off at a certain length, but also, let's eat another ghost. But I want it to be a bit more variable. So it cuts off, say, if it's 0.5, I want it to just be 0.5. If it's 0.125, I want to be, 0.125. But then I want to be able to do something like 0.0125 or 0.1025, if that is the correct answer, kind of thing. Because if I'm able to do that, then that opens the door up to more accurate things. But I feel like that is a whole lot messier. What am I trying to do here? No, that's wrong. Okay, I guess I was trying to do that. Let's take off this opportunity to eat more potato salad. Okay. Comelon? What's that? It's just like that one Weird Al music video. What? The only Weird Al music video I remember is like Amish Paradise. And what's so funny to me about it is that the Amish, because the Amish don't use technology, they would never be able to see it. So it's the perfect crime, so to speak. I should look up Cocomelon and play it on stream. Ball. I'm pretty sure this is an achievement where it's like if you kick the ball through or something. There are libraries like GMP and C for scientific computing. Oh, they store decimals as fraction, etc. to get expert precision. Be really fun to write a tiny one as its own project. Okay. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, in theory, I could write it from scratch, but also I like the idea of, don't do it. Don't let them know that the joke exists. I could do it from scratch, but also I feel like utilizing all of the tools at my disposal is more helpful. Like, the if how do I say this? I get the benefit of doing projects with the least, or like with a select amount of tools at your disposal. But I feel like it's also better to do in this case, it would be better for me to do a project with all the tools at my disposal. Good job, Six. Do a project with everything so that I can learn everything. So if I can use a library for scientific computing, then why not use a library for scientific computing? Why pretend that that doesn't exist? I don't know. It's a similar vibe of like it's tough, and so there's certain places where it's like if you're a teacher, say, and you're like, hey, do a project using these principles, and then someone utilizes principles then that you haven't taught yet, but they could have learned from somewhere else. Then it could seem like they're using, you know, they're looking up the answer. It could be that ChatGPT explains them how to use a derivative when you're taking a pre-calc course, when you shouldn't know what a derivative is by that logic. But I've also run into a case where I was talking to someone once, and they were in a pre-calc course, but they had taken a, they were in pre-calc, but they had taken a, what's it called? Stats course, where the, professor had explained derivatives. So they knew what derivatives are, they knew how to utilize derivatives, even though they technically had not taken calculus. And so, when asked a question of how to find a vertex in a situation, they utilized the derivatives and critical values, and they were marked wrong for it. And so again, in one sense, I totally get it. But in another sense, it does suck. Because it sucks to be marked down for the knowledge that you actively have. That's why I think I enjoy higher level classes more, because in higher level classes, what you know has become so variable that no one's ever going to mark you down for knowing something you quote-unquote should not know. Right, they thought of a solution themselves. Yeah, they utilized the knowledge they had gained, they utilized the resources they have, and then were told it was wrong. Not because, and they were like, I don't get it. They were confused because they were like, but this is how you do it. And it's like, oh, but it's not how I want you to do it. Which again, it's a really tricky situation. But I see both sides. And just like Resident Evil, I have lost Bestie. I shall console myself with a hot dog. That's my second hot dog. Hello. All right. Time for the PvP section. PvP has been enabled on this server. I'd argue in favor of the teacher, but I think they should change the wording prompts to specify using techniques taught in class, since the point of the assignment is to use pre-calc techniques. I agree. The other thing that you could do, and I think this, you would have to specify, and I've done stuff like this in the past, where if I use a different method, or if I utilize, like, I was taking a numerical analysis class once, of course, and it was before I had ever, so it was a split. It was a split between undergrad and sorry, it was a split between, how do you come up with solutions anyways? I can only use, hey, I've seen a similar problem before, and if I haven't, I can't solve anything. The thing is, they utilized the fact that they utilized the similar problem in the sense that they knew how derivatives were applied. And derivatives were, but they had also seen the method of converting to a, oh, that's why it was weird. So that's why I just remembered why. So the professor had given them a graph. No, had not. Had given them an equation. The person utilized the derivative of the equation to find the vertex, to find the critical points. The thing they wanted the students to do, but they did not say this anywhere on the assignment, was they wanted to use them to use a graphing technology. They wanted them to use Desmos, graphing calculator, whatever, to graph this and then use that to find the vertex. Because the person utilized a derivative instead of a graphing technology, they were marked wrong. I think that one's completely unreasonable. I remember why it was so weird to me. I think that's completely unreasonable because a graphing technology, like, I know a way to not have to utilize a third-party tool. I have a method that I've been taught that requires me not to utilize a third-party tool. See, if it was just using a different technique, I would be in favor of it. But it was not. It was specifically utilizing a graphing technology. And so I'm not in favor of it. And then, oh, what I was going to say is I took a, right, especially because that is messed up, because the professor didn't even specify the fact that they wanted a graphing technology used. And so tons of people, I remember, were stumped by that question. Oh, what I was going to say, though, is that I was in a numerical analysis course. It was a split between undergrad and grad, and I had never utilized MATLAB before. That was actually the first course where I learned how to use MATLAB. And so, there was a part where they wanted to evaluate a certain function. The professor wanted you to evaluate a certain function up until a certain level of accuracy. I never used MATLAB. I didn't realize we were supposed to use MATLAB. This was still in, like, my first year of college, or second year of college. First semester of my second year of college. So I'm still taking a lot of, like, required... It was my first, like, elective math course, too. Numerics of my math more likely than you may think. So it was like my first elective math course. And I hadn't even taken the required course yet of my degree that would require me to learn the basics of MATLAB, which I ended up doing on my own from this numerical course. And so I did it by hand. I want to say, about 16 iterations of a function that every iteration became more complex because it utilized the previous term. We're getting into 9+ levels of decimals. And I did it by hand. And then it hit a certain point, and I said, and then I left it, when I submitted it, I gave a note to my teacher, like, I included it in the submission, because it was, you know, an online submission, as all submissions are nowadays. And I said I had not, it didn't click for me that I was supposed to be using something like MATLAB, because I've never used MATLAB until I hit this point. But based off the trend, we can see that within the next X amount of iterations, we will converge to a decimal value that will be of that accuracy. And I got full marks for it. And so I think that's the thing where it's like, if you're willing to explain yourself, I feel like a lot of professors, at least the professors I've run into, if you're willing to explain yourself, for certain choices on problems, for certain methods that you use, then that professor will be more willing to accept an alternative answer or an alternative method. So if that student had said, I utilize the derivative, and then higher level courses might also be more lenient with that stuff. That too. That in the fact that you have fewer students to work with. And so when you're getting to know each student on a more personal level, that really helps too. Because you can understand that this person, if I know you on a more person-to-person basis, and this is pretty common with any kind of like college professor, if you talk to your professor, if you know a professor on a more person-to-person basis, then you're gonna, they're gonna know about you. They're gonna know more about your mindset. They're gonna know about the fact that, and be more understanding of the stuff. Like, okay, this person might not realize this, or this person might do a weird way of thinking about this, or this person might do X, or this person might do Y, which is another benefit. So, and there's fewer students too, so we were having to grade fewer things. When you're having to grade fewer things, there's also the bonus of, I can look at a number of assignments and see, 8 assignments and see 8 different ways to do something. That's fine. Or I can see 4 different ways to do something, 3 different ways, or 2 different ways to do something, but I'm willing to make more exception for the fact that I have 8 students. If I have 30 students, I'm probably going to have a key, and that key is going to probably say my way or the highway. But, which alternatively also sucks for really high level courses, because there are some like highly sought after high level courses where it's like, hey, here's a course we offer once a year and everybody wants to take it in fall quarter and fall semester, which friggin' sucks if it's like a 400 500 level class. There's a specific. I forget what it was. There was a specific. That's what it was. It was actually the course where you were supposed to learn, where we learned HTML, LaTeX, Python, and MATLAB. We went over the intros to all 4 of those during the semester. And it was called Introduction to Mathematical Computing. The thing is, it had become such, and it's required for about 2 different degrees. 2 different tracks of the same degree. The same course was required. It was required for the degree I got, Applied Computational Mathematics. It was also, I believe, required for probably data operations and probably for data analytics. Okay, so I think 3 different tracks or 3 different tracks or degrees have this required course. But the name sounds really cool. Introduction to Mathematical Computing, 300 level course. It's so you can really get into it with only a prereq of like Comp Sci 121, 122 or something. So it's these like intro level Comp Sci courses. It's really easy to have taken those prereqs, get into this course. The thing is, because it's a cool name, everybody wanted to do it. Every STEM major really wanted to take Intro to Mathematical Computing. It's offered, I think, once a year. And so it would fill up like crazy. You'd have way too many people in it, and it then became impossible for the students who actually needed to take it to take it. Because, like, these 3 degrees that require it couldn't get into it because every physics major, every engineering major was like, oh, that sounds cool, and then took it anyways. So it actually became a thing where the math faculty, or it was the math advisor, you had to meet with them, and they had to manually sign you up, and you could only get in if you were a math major, an applied math major of one of those specific degrees. So, anyways, that's and that course did fill up because it's 3 different degrees that are all requiring to take this course. It was full. So I don't think I was supposed to run. Remember taking a microbiolab where the professor said, I'll take any answers you don't pull it out of your butt. Because there are multiple ways to get a result. Based. You're gonna take that course at comp time and just flex on some mathematicians while blocking the rest from graduating? Yeah, that's why they didn't let that happen. That's why they stopped allowing people to do that. Because of people like you. It's so funny whenever Mono dies. Jesus Christ, this is loud. You good, ma'am? But I insist you in a hot dog. No? Okay. What kind of responsible adult is this? This gets knocked over and she just leaves? Can't be bothered to pick anything up. Can't be bothered to... Like, that key is just lying on the ground. Someone could trip over that, get seriously hurt. This teacher, man. The gleeful shrieks of a sociopath watching a small child. It's funny! Oh, I forgot the key. Alright. When it stops being funny, I'll stop laughing. So, just hang on. If it wasn't funny, I wouldn't... If it wasn't funny, then why was I laughing? Do I like hide under their desks? Is that the trick here? Sometimes. God, I hope I never pickpocket you. I can tell you're hoping to inflict the pain on somebody every single day. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not a mean person. I'm not a mean person. I don't think I'm a mean person. I'm probably not a mean person. There are probably worse people than me. Emphasis on probably. That's a good question. It's a great question, Jay. How often are you pickpocketing people, Baron? Such that this is a possible occurrence. Ouch. And I promise, if you I'm also the kind of person who's like aware of that kind of stuff. Like, when I'm in the city, I keep, well, okay, when I'm in the city, I generally have a I don't give off the vibe of somebody who you can probably easily pickpocket. That's the thing. Oh boy, my connection's falling apart. 6 feet tall, all black, leather jacket, hair down, sunken eyes. I have giant eye bags, okay, constantly. I have these giant dark circles under my eyes, and I have a really bad resting bitch face. Like, really bad. I look so not friendly. You like to sneak blueberries into people's pockets. And the thing is, I'm generally like, I keep my valuables and whatnot like on the inside. That's the Fallout New Vegas, right? I keep valuables in like pockets that are specifically not easy to grab. If I have a backpack, or if I have a backpack, I keep them in pockets that can't just be unzipped and reach into or like cut open kind of thing. I'm aware of this kind of stuff. I stay aware of this kind of stuff. You're not catching me slipping. You're not catching me on that. Okay? Funny. I swear I'm not a bad person. I swear I'm not a bad person. But how is that not funny? How is that not funny? To just gunk. You walk around smiling at the... You walk around smiling at all the wonders of life, wearing shorts that outline all the valuables in your easily accessible pockets and have never been pickpocketed. If you say so. If you say so. Listen, the only thing that I wear that outlines anything, never mind. Is that a duck hat? Your trick is not going outside. Imagine screeching anytime there's a mild noise. Pro tip, if you're smiling for a photo and it still looks like photo and it still looks like a frown, just think of Mono dying in my head. No, that would never work. It's a really funny idea though. No, I'm not saying I'll do that. But I'm not considering it as a solution. Just maybe. Okay, it's like... It's funny! How is it not funny, okay? Tell me how Mono getting just, like, doinked, and then, like, just jumping off a cliff and face-planting isn't hilarious. Because it feels pretty hilarious. pretty sure she comes around the other side, right? This lady has no peripheral vision. Ma'am, please get your eyes checked. Uh-oh. Okay, to be fair, that time was funny because of the way her head bent. That one wasn't my sociopath tendencies that, oh, I apparently have. Oh, you're laughing every time this character dies. You must be mentally unstable. At me. Smash? Did you just say smash your fast little nightmares monsters? Bro, what? You know what has even better peripheral vision? A freaking gecko. Geckos have crazy peripheral vision. Their peripheral vision is just a vision. Or is their peripheral vision seeing in front of them because their eyes are sideways? What are the logistics? What are the logistics of horse vision? Not a sentence I thought I would ever say. What? I'm sorry, what did you just say? Huh? Listen. No. Just no. Just no. I may be weird. Okay, I may be mentally unhealthy, but I don't have any of those types of hear me outs. My hear me outs are just like, hear me out. It's hilarious when Mono just dies. Morats have amazing peripheral vision. They can see things behind them just as clear as things in front of them. That's awesome. See, I want that. I want literal eyes in the back of my head. That would be great. Men always have the most boring hear me outs anyways. Yeah, it's always just like... They do. It's always like, this monster girl, this cat girl from Final Fantasy. I don't mean to sound like a freak, but would. I know, talk to me when you have a fun one. I guess that was yours. That was your weird one. No, I gotta put it on. I just gotta make that jump, I think. Yep. I want to be a shape-shifting black goo with white eyes, but oh my god, I have the perfect gift for you. Jay, look in the Discord right now. I'm putting it in Gen Chat. I'm putting it in Gen Chat. Like that? Like what I sent in Gen Chat? Is that what you're talking about? You want to be that? My partner made that. It's like one of our favorite emotes. Yeah. I have the amorphous blob gif. Hello, sir. You are... Wait. Alright. This thing. I want to have the powers from the game Prototype. I want to be Alex Mercer. Because Alex Mercer wears a hoodie. And then he, Alex Mercer wears a hoodie. And he also, has those cool claw powers. He can basically like morph his body into anything. Not into anything. He can morph his body. So he's like full of red goo. It's like red and black goo. Kind of like a Venom symbiote. Do eat people in that game. Yes. He can turn them into claws. He can turn them into swords. He can turn them into big hammer fists. He can turn them into like bone whips. And then the other one, he turns them into like these tendril claws that you like shove into people's stomachs and then they explode into more goo. Yeah, it's very Venom symbiote-esque. He can absorb people and transform into them. He can glide. He can run up buildings. He can make himself bulletproof. He can turn his arms into like giant spike shields. He can just like go into like a Venom symbiote supernova that just like blows up and then like grabs everything and then pulls it in like a black hole and then it implodes, so it like throws it all back out. Prototype's an awesome game. So yeah, that's my ideal. So-called good people. So-called good people when you give them sick ass tendril claws that can explode people. You want to be either 4'8" or 7'4", just like what's in between. Oh, I didn't see what you said. The desire to be a little guy rests in all men under 6'2". I mean, kind of, unironically. Listen. Some of us just want to be femboys. But are too tall for it. Having the mold powers from RE7 or 8. Cool. Would be so cool. Like, okay, I need one more piece. Queen should be down there. Bishop should be up there. Rook should be over there. Okay, just need queen. Or I just need bishop. Wear a garden gnome hat? I don't have a garden gnome hat, but I want one. Just in real life. Here around. The Resident Evil powers are really cool. There's like, I find it so funny that there's like 800 different Resident Evil viruses. Like, how is the one that Wesker has in RE5 even a virus? I mean, I haven't played RE5, but I know the thing where he like throws the sunglasses, beats someone up, and then like catches them like 100 feet away, not 100, like 20 feet away. Like that's so much fun. I wanna be that. What just clicked? Oh wait, was that light over there? Oh yeah, I probably pulled that lever. My God, I suck. Like, what are all the different viruses? They all do like crazy different stuff. So good at holding bottles. Now this is the optimal house. See, this is a Resident Evil-esque house. If I see 6 foot, black-haired, frowny face. It's not actually black. My hair is dark brown, but close enough. Frowning faced leather jacket person walking the road while mumbling how they want to throw prototype powers themselves. I do talk to myself in public, okay? I will admit that. I do talk to myself in public. But I always have headphones in, so I can't tell who's judging me and who's not judging me. Isn't that weird to talk to yourself in public? I feel like it's normal to talk to yourself in general. That being said, so, like, I know people have conversations with themselves in the sense of, like, self-reflection. Do you guys ever have conversations where you, like, play the parts of, like, 4 different people and then have a meeting between them? Where, like, every person is responding to a different person, or, like, responding to each other? You're just, like, having an active dialogue. When it's not just, like, saying your thoughts out loud, it's, like, literally talking with 4 different people, where you're, like, one of you is, like, if one of you's telling a joke, the other one plays, like, the straight man, and then other people, like, another one can, like, contribute to the joke. And so it's all kind of, like, working in tandem to have, like, a group conversation, but it's all you. Does anyone else do that? Is that just me? Am I crazy? That's not just me, right? Right? I teach someone in my head that only understands the simplest of examples. Okay, cool. Good to know I'm not crazy. Uh-oh. I double tapped and I don't know why. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's the thing I like to do, is I like to kind of explain it out loud, verbally. I was having a conversation with someone today where I just kind of, while I was talking to them, I was trying to explain something. I closed my eyes, and then I do this thing where I'll, like, create a kind of an array above my head. And I'll start grabbing pieces of the array, I'll pull them down and hold them like I'm holding, like, a sphere or something, like I'm holding an object. I'll talk about the object, and then I'll throw it away. Because I'll be like, okay, this doesn't matter right now, and then I'll throw it behind me. And then I'll be like, okay, this topic, but we can set that aside for now, and then I'll literally set it aside, like in Nagatoro. I'll literally set it aside, and then I'll grab the next thing from the array, and then I'll talk about that, and then I'll move that to the side, and then I'll grab the next thing, and then I'll talk about that, and then I'll grab the thing that I set aside, and I'll hook it together with the thing that's in the array. I'll, like, even do a twisting motion where I'm, like, locking them together. That's how I like to talk to people. What? 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 And I thought it was so good. I like having that visual. Funny enough, even though I don't think visually, if I give myself, I don't think visually, so I have to create these, like, visual examples, and then that makes conversations easier. My god, why am I so bad at this? Is it because I'm trying to talk? Can I not focus on... I have to turn it away from being a 3D attack, I have to turn it into a 2D attack, that's what it is. If I can make it a 2D attack like this, then I can see the distance. See, that was a 2.5D attack, so that one's not on me. That one's not on me. Maybe I'm just bad at the game, but let's pretend I'm not, at least for a second. Alright, let's see if I can do 2.5. Alright, drop back to 2. Alright, you, Chief. This is a 2.5. Perfect. I knew I could do it. It only took 12 attempts. I hate it here. I hate it here so much. God, can you imagine having to deal with kids like this? Look at something like this and then tell me exactly why someone would be willing to have children. Just ever. What about these garbage individuals would ever make you want to be around with them? Malcolm in the Middle. I haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle in years. Jerk. I should rewatch Malcolm in the Middle. It was so funny when I was younger. I don't think I ever finished it, but I remember really liking it. Ah, you see, because this is what is called fiction and only exaggeration of real life. You say that, but they're actually children who act that horrible in public. Some children are literally just horrible. And I don't know if that's a fault of the parents or if that's a fault of the children. Maybe it's a bit of column A, a bit of column B. But it's awful. It's just awful. And I get that... I get some actions are out of parents' control, but I feel like... So in some cases, it's like kids will be kids kind of thing. Some kids are just energetic. Before we knew what autism and ADHD was, we'd be like, these kids aren't acting the way their parents are telling them to. They must be possessed by Satan. Let's prescribe them some cocaine. You blame the microplastics. But to some extent, it is... So, like, some extent, people are just sometimes wired that way. To another extent, some parents do not take care of their children. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Maybe I just wanted to see Mono die again. This was all a ploy. I just want to see Mono die over and over and over. Maybe. Maybe it is. Blame the liberals. I know. I blame the people who are actually looking out for their children, vaccinating them, and taking care of them. It's all their fault. No, but to some extent, yeah, I feel like it is the parents' responsibility, because, yes, to an extent, children are wired that way, or some people are wired that way. But to another extent, parents need to take care of their, like, handle their goddamn children. You're never getting unmanned drones in the army at this rate. But you may still sign up. I am never going to join the military in any regard. Oh, it survived! That has nothing to do with my political views. I think that's just a case of me being a bad person. I've come to accept it, by the way. I've come to accept that I might not be the best person. I can live with that. Because it's funny. Hi, ma'am. What? What? Oh, I see. I was supposed to go back like that. She's gonna move. I'm supposed to hop over there. She'll move back, and then I can go. Okay. I think it's really just a case of me not being a great person. I can live with that. I can live with that. Because it's really funny if all of the morals are decided by how someone plays a video game. That's the thing, actually. The people actually have a stronger disassociation of video games and reality than other people realize. If I play a video game, I may so there's been studies. That's the thing. There have been studies that if you play a video game, you can become somewhat desensitized to real-life violence. if you play violent video games, watch violent movies kind of thing. There is an argument for that. However, I don't think this is how we're supposed to do this. I almost had it. But like, there's an argument to be said about desensitization to real life graphic stuff after playing graphic video games, watching graphic movies, that sort of thing. But there's still not a direct correlation. Just because I like going pew 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 in a video game doesn't mean that I will like to pew 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 in real life. Okay? That's like... How many people played Modern Warfare 2 and never even considered reenacting that scene? And I will say, that scene is crazy. That scene's uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. And on some level, it's just so ridiculous. Ma'am. Okay, so I'm not supposed to do that. Like, the fact that society exists after VR games like Blade and Sorcery proves normal video games don't cause fun. Exactly. Like, and I wouldn't say, like, oh, they can't influence that sort of thing. Because I think they can. I think any sort of medium... they, like, can have an influence. Because if we're taking in limited amounts of information... we can only form opinions based off the information that we're taking in. So if I'm only taking in violent movies and violent video games and violent violence and live leak videos, then... crap. Just kill me, ma'am. Then that's all gonna be all I know. I think what we fail to realize is that people are influenced by more than that. I can play tons of violent video games, but then I can sit and have a really nice dinner with my family. And so I can still have that familial connection, and when I play those violent video games... I can also, have fun interactions with friends online. And so I have this understanding of this connection with people online. How did you see me? I call BS. I don't. I don't know. The fact that we're colored by more experiences than people are willing to realize. The best way I ever heard it, in a similar way to people who are loud and angry, people who are angry are the loudest. It's in a similar vein, in my opinion. The way my friend described it, she said, if there are only a few coins in a jar, if you shake the jar, it'll be really loud. If there are lots of coins in the jar, if you shake the jar, it won't make any noise, or it'll make a much quieter noise. And that's the same mentality. If you have loud, angry people, people are gonna notice loud, angry people. If you have a few people who play video games, or play violent video games, and like, that's what they enjoy, that's what people are gonna focus on. Does that mean that's all they are, or all they do? No, their life is colored by so many more experiences. And so to determine that their entire existence is literally just, oh, you play video games, so you must be a bad person, or you play violent video games, so you must be a violent person, is so unfair. at least I acknowledge that I'm a bad person for more reasons than that. Huh? That's gonna be part of my intro now. I mean, like, Poisson invariants, vtuber, math lover, gamer, deputized C programmer, and bad person. It makes me unbelievably happy. Mono's not messing around. He's ready for anything. Ow. The kid stops to taunt me, and I can't beat him to death. Story of my life. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Ugh. Alright. This time this guy's gonna jump out. He's gonna go... And then I beat him to death. How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to react to that? Poisson canceled. Can't be the first time, right? Right? Like I said, bad person. Oh god, please don't. I never want to stoop that low as to be on a Netflix comedy special. Oh no, no. Even I have standards. Am I back? Am I back? Have I returned? Have I returned? Todd Howard's working for Netflix. That explains it. Sus. It's just become par for the course in my streams. Oh, is your Wi-Fi just gonna drop at some point because it feels like it? Yes. Yes, it is. Will you be able to do anything about it? No, you won't. No, you won't. Of course you won't. God forbid. My stream freaking runs correctly. My controller got so tangled up with my headphone cord, and I have no idea how. It was like 5 loops. But I just untangled it. Alright, please. Alright, let me just kill this kid. I know I'm supposed to wait until after. Why am I unable to do this? I'm sorry, I'm trying to quit, but my private data just stays too good. If you think I have anything worth stealing in terms of data, my god, this is... Okay, hold on. If you think I have anything in terms of stealing worth data, you are dead wrong. Trust me, there is nothing worth taking on... I mean, technically, I have some research that I'm under NDA for. How am I this bad at the game? I have some research that I'm under NDA for, so I guess there's that. That's right, you're gonna get some research that you won't be able to do anything with. Did I just... Can I just not? Am I unable to play the game anymore? What happened? Speaking of unable to play a game, I tried to boot up Deadly Premonition to see if earlier today to see if maybe it was just an OBS issue. Maybe it was just an OBS issue. It's hitting it too late. And then the game crashed again. The game literally cannot run anymore. And I don't know why it can't run. But, so I had to uninstall Deadly Premonition. I might try reinstalling it. But we'll see. Of course, I won't be able to stream it, because it's not even, it doesn't like OBS, it just doesn't like existing. The game itself was born to not work, apparently. So, I'll have to make it do by not playing Deadly Premonition ever. I could try the PlayStation. Oh, I forgot there was a PlayStation emulator version. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Whatever PC port is out there just will never function. Unfortunately. The cards I've been dealt. 6, you're gonna be fine if you land on your head, right? Yeah, you're fine. Alright, come on, bestie. You want a hug? Hey, you dead? Of a hug? Oh! I got the option to hold hands with Bestie. Let's go, Bestie. Play the piano with me. Bum ba dum 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 ba 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 ba. Yeah, I don't know how to play the piano. I don't even know music notes. I can't read music. During the time I was playing the fiddle as a kid, could not read music during that time. I never learned. And gosh darn it, I will never learn now. Oh, thanks for telling me what to do, 6. I don't know how I played if I didn't learn music, if I didn't know how to read music, but I guess I made it work somehow. Timber! Yeah, that's from a Pink Panther episode. The 50s, 60s Pink Panther cartoon is incredible. Master musician. Absolute fiddle natural. Sure. I wonder if I started playing again if I'd be able to. Like, how much would just come back to me? Because I feel like I remember where to, like, put my fingers to make noises, make certain noises. Bro. He is aimbot. Like, I feel like I remember where on whatever you would call the neck of a fiddle to make those noises. I don't even know why I bother. 6 just pops off. Go nuts, Bestie. You earned it. Why is it playing scary music? I feel like that's deserved. Like, she gets, like, beat up and tortured by them, basically. Bullied by them, which is the child version of torturing. And then it's supposed to be, like, dark when she gets pissed about it and destroys one of them. I feel like it's fair. It's justified. I should not be a parent. This is a prime example of why I should never be a parent. This looks like a climb up here spot. Yep. Favorite coping mechanism, violent revenge. I know, it's almost as good as therapy. Having no marketable skill boosts your motivation. You try to learn new stuff. I can get that. So, but that's also the problem where it's like when you're really anyone was like a gifted kid probably can somewhat sympathize with this. When you're called a gifted kid and everyone tells you you're great at everything, then you're in this position where it feels like you're great at everything. So the first time you're not great at everything, which for me was in college, it's awful. And you feel like you can't do anything. And so when you're in high school, or I guess when I was younger, getting those marketable skills was not a priority for me. So you had no marketable skills and inspired you to do nothing, so now you still have no marketable skills. When you start at the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. Or stay at the bottom. My motivational but realistic speech. Yeah, I don't know if I actually had marketable skills. That's the thing. I was never sure if I had marketable skills. I was just, like, good in school, so I thought that counted as marketable skills, and then once you get to the real world, you realize it doesn't. But then, yeah. I was like, alright, now what do I put on my resume? And I was like, the stuff I did in school, sure, but then it still feels like I have nothing kind of thing. I don't know how to say it. Ma'am, are you okay? But ever since I like started thinking about it more and I've started doing more, it feels like I have more. Like, I have more skills, because it's not just skills, it's also I have more accomplishments. And so I think that's a big thing, is, like, I have accomplishments I forgot about. Because I've talked about how I just, like, kind of brain dump all the time. That's part of it. Because I don't remember high school at all, really. I was like, oh, I have this accomplishment from high school and this accomplishment from high school, and all these are supposed to go on a resume. or like on a CV kind of thing. Because it's like not just like, oh, I got good grades in high school. It's like, oh, I did this thing that's kind of notable. This is another amazing visual. That's why I think this game so far really excels. There's a lot of really cool visuals. Like the one with the hunter and the light shining from behind him. Just give it everyone else does and go to LinkedIn to talk about how 80-hour work weeks are actually preferable. You're right. I don't need sleep, free time, family, friends, any of that. I need my career and nothing else. And I still won't get hired. That's the pain of it, though. You can only do so much. And what irritates me about that kind of thing is, like, I've been looking for a better job, and that's what actually prompted me to eventually decide on grad school, was just the fact that, try as I might, I was not able to get just a job with my bachelor's degree. What am I supposed to be doing here? I had to kind of go for a master's. I can't touch this anymore. What? Windows Command Shift Alt L? No. No, I won't do that. In fact, I don't know what it does, but I'm not dumb enough to try. What do I do here? 6, what do I do here? Do I go in the shoe door down here? Buy a nice shoe? No, I don't buy a nice shoe. Although I am genuinely curious what Windows Command Shift Alt L does. I don't want to press it, but I might stop stream for a second to Google it. I don't actually know. That doesn't help me at all, because I don't know. Am I supposed to shimmy? Am I supposed to... I can't figure out how to get up there, though. Oh, can I can press it in. I forgot I'm playing a 3D game. Which is a really stupid thing to say out loud, but it wouldn't be the first time it's happened today. Come on, 6. Man, what a good friend. I really hope she doesn't get darkness powers and kill everyone at some point. Can I take this? Oh, right, isn't there a... I think there's an Easter egg if you, like, take this to the sewer drain or something. I've forgotten about an entire axis. It's not like I live in a 3D world anymore. Do you see this? This model doesn't move back or forth. Do I have to, like, put it down here, maybe? There's, like, there's, like, an achievement, I think, where you can take this and then do an it reference. No. Alright, so I can't put it in here, so that means it's somewhere this way. Really hope she presses Windows Command Shift Alt L. I'm not gonna do it. Ask all you want. I'm not doing it. I will Google it in a second to figure out what it is, but not doing it. You really hope to, not gonna lie. It just like turns on my webcam. That's the kind of a thing I'm expecting from you guys. I feel like it's back here. Is there a drain back here or something? What happens in it? In it, they do the thing with the... It's like a sewer drain, right? So I'd assume I'd have to find a sewer drain for it to be anything. Stop, I never insinuated wanting to invade your privacy. Weren't you the one who was trying to guess my real name? I don't know. Also no. Also incorrect. I would never do that. Clyde. Hey, 6, it's your raincoat. I mean, definitely... Oh, you're 6? What? Alright, after this cutscene, I'm gonna Google what that command does. It's gonna be like force shutdown. Alright, cool. Very emotionally powerful scene. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. What does Windows Command Shift Alt L do? What? Why is that a command? What? No way. What? Is LinkedIn owned by Microsoft? Is that why? Is that why? That's amazing. What the hell? Is LinkedIn owned by Microsoft? It's gotta be, right? Yes, it's owned by Microsoft. That's crazy. That's crazy that that's a built-in command. What even? I have any more hats? No, I don't. That's crazy. That apparently has been built in since 2016. What? GitHub is owned by Microsoft too, so it's built. What the hell? That's freaky. I said, what the hell? That's freaky, and Siri responded to me. I can say whatever, but then when I say Siri, Siri doesn't respond. But when I say what the hell, Siri responds. That's crazy. That's a bizarre command, though. I will never use it. I don't use LinkedIn. I have a LinkedIn that I don't use. Like, I was using it for some job searching, but then a bunch of it got flooded with bots. I don't know why. It says opens in your default browser. But that would be really funny if it opened in Bing. They really, really want you to use Bing. Best days of our short, terrible life is what that demon says. They really, really want you to use Bing. Please don't. For all that is... I would say holy, but I don't swing that way. I don't swing that religion. I've never had a reason to use Bing. Chrome, friggin', last I checked, uses up a ton of, like, unnecessary processing power or something. Or, like, a ton of your CPU for no reason. Another dope visual. I like that she's getting braver. 6 is just casually parkouring. She's like, I face death. This is nothing. Bigot's religion is not a choice. Some people would have you believe. Fills in. For like the first 13 years of my life, I was religious. I do not miss it. 6? 6? 6? Is she good? Is she good? Okay. If that's what you want to do, 6, that's pop off, Bestie. We're besties for a reason. At this point, you just use Lynx 2 in graphical mode. It's like the only browser that doesn't use 16 cores plus all the RAM. 6 is controlled by the Little Nightmares 1 player. I can't believe I'm playing as 2 characters at the same time. Why am I throwing this? That's the equivalent of like 2 rats jumping on an elevator and it causes it to collapse. That's bizarre. But also funny. And yes, I know I said it's funny. God, this game is such a cool world. Part of me wishes there was more to it, but at the same time, I'm glad that there's not more to it, because I think it's better the fact that there's not. You'd use flashlight. I don't have B. I have circle. Hey, 6! Hey, 6! Hey, 6! Hey, Blair! Hey, Blair! Hey, 6! It's like, it's such a cool framework, but, and like, makes me want to know more about it, but if I did know more about it, I think that could ruin it a bit, maybe. Because, like, not everything needs a backstory. Sometimes just a cool setting is a cool setting. If you try to over-explain it, then it's too much, but... I was not, but... Can I jump and grab these? Can she... like, lift me up so that I can hit that? Do I grab some garbage, maybe? Oh no, I get a soda. The only vending machine in the world that doesn't require coins. Or doesn't require money. People in this world must have been too nice for their own good. That's why they all died out. Oh no, it's happening. I'm becoming enamored with the television. I'm losing things to say. I'm running out of content. Okay. Got it. Oh, okay. I think after this TV section here, we'll call it. Or the exact reason I just said. Also, my feet kind of hurt from standing. One could argue that the solution to that is sitting down. I second that statement, so we're gonna get to the sitting setting on my desk. Move my chair back over. This sucker over. Hey. Bump my desk a few times. Scoot in. Recalibrate the camera. Okay, I still called standing desks indoors when they have to stand for a long period of time. That's why you alternate back and forth. That's why it's variable. That's why I can set it to standing mode or sitting mode. And I say standing mode or sitting mode, but they're predetermined modes that I set. One's at 38.6 inches off the ground, and one's at 42.2 inches off the ground. Some kind of invisible barrier here. And I feel like 38.6 inches might be too big for some people in terms of, like, high off the ground, but I don't know. I feel like it's enough where I can still rest my arms comfortably on the desk. I can see the screen. And it forces me to, like, sit up straight if I'm trying to type, because I don't want to be slouching, because that's the whole reason I got this standing desk. Is because I kept slouching. And then the, like, 42.2 inches is kind of perfect for standing. I love that she picks up stuff when you pick up stuff. It's like, okay, am I helping? Am I helping? there's no key in that teddy bear. What about this thing? Oh, hey, kids are drawing Slender Man. That's cool. That's cool. That's healthy. Is there a key in the Benoit? I said, is there a key in the Benoit? No, there is no key in the Benoit. Is there a key in the other Benoit? Six, I don't want to be that person, but you can really put that down. We don't need that. We don't need the duck. You. Yeah, here. You. It says it's in the bear on that little thing on the wall, but it doesn't look like it is. Putting the bear back. Okay. Six, move. Alright. Bear back. And... But, oh, that one's even making a coin, or a metal noise. Okay, yeah, it's in the Benoit. Put the bear back. Bunny back. Okay. No, don't throw the bunny. I hate that I have to hold down controls. Alright, come on, Six. We have this convenient motion sensor elevator, I guess? I don't know. Ugh. What a strange place to hide keys. Hide your stuff inside of a frickin' stuffed animal. Other people only do that with, like, cocaine. Yeah! Take that! Well, that was nice. Nice and toasty. I like that Six also burned the toy she threw in. I don't know why she threw in the toy. Did she just think she was helping? You're like, arson today? Okay, I'm down with that. I can work with this. I can work with arson. Fine by me. You want an RE mansion, but you're complaining about hiding keys and stuffed animals? Yeah, because if I have the RE mansion, I would know how to do it. I would set up all this stuff. And then I would hang out like the dog at the end of Silent Hill 2. Who's controlling it all. The Shibu Inu who's controlling it all from a keyboard with a headset. That would be me. Our assistants. That would be me. Just watching people try to navigate my very simple house. But I would make sure it's not simple. Was this not the key? Was this a key to a different door? Oh. No, it was just weird. Alright, is this the mannequin stuff? I know there's a whole bit with the where they have like the, I forget what they're called. I've never seen Doctor Who, but I know that they're like in Doctor Who. They're like the monsters who only move when you look at them, kind of thing. Or don't look at them. I don't know. I don't know. That's not true. I've seen one episode of Doctor Who. I saw, it was like 10 years ago at this point. And it was with my extended family. And I maybe. And it was I think it was a season finale. And it was just funny because I was like, I had no frame of reference for anything that was going on. And the only thing I remember was like, at one point, I don't even know what was happening, but someone was like, all 12, there's like, the doctors have all come to help, and they're like, all 12 doctors? And they're like, no, all 13, and for some reason that was a big deal. Again, zero frame of reference for whatever was happening. I was just like, oh wow, all 13 of them. Do all 13 normally not congregate? Is that what this is? You're not used to all 13 doctors showing up? Oh, he's good. Like, I don't know anything about it. Why is 13 doctors showing up a big deal, but 12 isn't? Is it because 13's an unlucky number? They're like, if 13 doctors show up, then that's too many doctors. It's like too many cooks. Gotta remember that. That popped into my head the other day, so I went and rewatched Too Many Cooks. That's such a fever dream. Good jobs, Mono. My favorite part about Too Many Cooks, is the fact that it was on at like 3 in the morning, so nobody even saw it when it aired. Hey, Six. Hey, Bestie. Having fun? Come on, buddy. Psst, psst, psst. One doctor must die, but there were 13. It's because there's only supposed to be 12 because of how the reincarnation mechanic works. Oh, so that actually mattered? Okay. Cool. Because of how the revive mechanic works. You only have 12 Mario lives. I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen it. I have no interest in seeing it. I know there's the little guys who go like, exterminate, exterminate. And I assume they, well, I assume they exterminate. If I were a bet man, I would take a wild guess. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, though. He got extra Mario lives because of the plot. Okay, can you please... There we go. Go over here. No, I need him to move away so I can get through the door. Cool. That's my favorite justification for things happening. There was a plot convenience that said it had to. That's good writing. I say that, but sometimes it's awesome where it's like... my frame of reference is gonna be like anime logic, where they're like, no one can go toe-to-toe with this guy. And they're like, wait, but this side character can go toe-to-toe with the main villain. They're like, why? They're like, cause he's metal as hell. They're like, alright. I can get behind that if it's done well. But funny, because in a similar notion, I also hate when, like, main characters in anime are super strong. What a twist. You got me. Would you rather live in dark medieval fantasy or dark sci-fi? Oh, easily dark sci-fi. Medieval fantasy is really cool, and don't get me wrong. Like, I love Lords of the Fallen. I would totally play Lords of the Fallen on stream if I hadn't already beaten it. Or I'm looking at you. but because I've already beaten it, I feel like Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time, and that's not exactly dark medieval fantasy, but it's in a similar vein. And ugh, camera controls on this are not great. Point. Did I do that for? I don't even know why I did that. And now I just want to replay Lords of the Fallen. Game's so fun. It got very mixed reviews because when it came out, it was suffering from a lot of like bugs and errors and stuff, which was unfortunate. But the game now it's kind of like a Cyberpunk effect. They really listened to fan response, and so even now they're still patching as much as they can, and I really appreciate that. To be able to be willing to kind of go the extra, like, how many people is that cheese? Taking this. I'm taking this cheese. I don't know why. I want this cheese. I saw cheese. This is prison cheese. This ain't like your regular cheese. Inside. Can I throw it up in there? I don't know. I'm keeping it. Like, how many companies would just be willing to be like, okay, call it a financial loss, give up, move on to the next thing? But they didn't. I appreciate that. I think if I were to play the game again, I would probably have a lot of fun with it. Part of me wants to go back to it, but I have a hard time playing those like longer RPGs again, because I always feel compelled to kind of do everything, like fight every boss. Like, that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to. So I did my first playthrough of Elden Ring, you know, and it took like 130 hours or whatever. And then after that, oops, it's been so far. After I did my first playthrough, normally I would have, like I did with other Souls games, I would have just gotten every single ending. But I didn't, because I knew I would want to do everything again. And so I'm on like New Game Plus 5 or 6 in Elden Ring, and I've gotten every ending. I've gotten every ending, and in all except one playthrough, I fought Melania, because Melania is my favorite boss in that game, and so it's been so far, what the heck? She's my favorite boss in that game, and so I want to fight her every playthrough. And if you fight her every playthrough, that means you have to do a lot of side content every playthrough. And so that's why it just took me forever. So I had to go in, like, in one sitting, kind of just... Not one sitting, but, like... Kinda had to just do all the stuff, one after another. Alright. What? I was looking at you. I was looking at you. Oh, come on. I'm all the way back here. I gotta redo the whole chasing. Thankfully, it's super short chasing, but I'm a whiny biscuit. And normally I'm not a throw tantrums about games kind of person. Imagine a flashlight running out of batteries. Not in this game. See, it's fine. This isn't freaking... What's a game where a flashlight runs out of batteries? Oh, I have to be running backwards for that section. What's a game where a flashlight runs out of batteries? I don't know. Does that happen in FNAF? I don't know if that does happen in FNAF. I can't remember. And there's been so many FNAFs now. Like, I don't know what's actual FNAF anymore. Like, what? What's the latest FNAF game? Wasn't there one that was like Dark Mimic or something? I have no idea what that was. The last one I saw of like people playing was... The last one I saw people playing was Security Breach. That's the one. Am I about to get Gen Alpha'd FNAF lore dropped on? Is that what's about to happen? They start talking about FNAF lore or FNAF, and then someone says, "Okay, so." Oh, the man died the way he lived, buried in cheese. Oh, my neck is so stiff. Because I'm not sitting up straight. I have to... Oh. Am I gonna have to, like, turn off the light? Monsters show up. Told you that's what would happen. Does, like, one come through the window, I turn back on the light, then it's frozen. Oh, just now I can push the wheelchair. Okay. Thank you. There are 9 mainline games. There are 9 mainline games, 2 DLCs and 1... There's DLCs? DLCs for FNAF? For FNAF? Wasn't it like a phone game at first? What? I would say that's like having DLC for Genshin Impact, though. That's... I can't believe Genshin Impact's supposed to be a mobile game. Alright, they're mainline games. 2 DLCs, 1 spin-off. All the mainline games are roughly canon and tell an overarching story. But the first major arc of the story ended in the 4th game, then again in the 6th game. However, in the VR game released after the 7th game, they revealed a new antagonist who people thought was the old antagonist, but is actually a new guy. And that guy is the Mimic who's been the antagonist of the last 3 games. Oh, that's FNAF lore, I guess. Would I rather teach counting and arithmetic to rowdy toddlers or calculus to bored, angry business majors? Bored, angry business majors every time. You're not Gen Alpha, you're a year younger than me? Oh, okay. Does this unironically work? Actual strat, actual Disney strat. You're not Gen Alpha? Okay. I wasn't sure. Boink. Oh, that's what happens when you overpower a battery, right? It just casually doinks out. Sounds about right. Hey, 6. Crap. Hey, 6. Crap. You act very mature for your age. Yeah. Sure. Oh, but I would totally prefer business majors. Because the business majors, even if they're bored and angry, guess what? They like, I can be, like, I can, at the end of the day, say, I don't care what happens to you. At the end of the day, I don't care what happens to the business major, because if they're not willing to contribute and do their part to learn, that's their responsibility. Whereas the toddlers aren't willing to contribute, not of their own volition, but because they don't really understand to. Also, I don't like kids. You also heard that? Why does everyone think I say that? That's 2 for 2 now on you guys thinking I was saying that. I feel like that's... Until a third person says it, then it's a you problem, not a me problem. That's what I think. Exactly. Bored and angry business majors will ignore the classes instead of disrupting. Yeah, there's a good chance they just won't show up. Alright? They won't be loud. And if they are disruptive, well, then just kick them out. That's the thing. If someone gets in the way of your curriculum, if someone doesn't exactly conform to the way you're teaching, kick them out. That's definitely good advice. I think it's just, I like whatever my accent is. 6, 6, 6, 6. Heard a TA say someone got cheating and said TA said I could use a calculator during exam. Ah. Six. Hey, 6. Hey, 6. I don't know what to tell you, bud. Toddlers, they're not smart enough to cause problems, but they're loud, gross, and annoying, and that's enough of a problem for me. I feel like that one was rigged against me. You heard again right there. Why? I feel like from context clues... Like, sure, the words sound similar enough, but I feel like from context clues, you should be able to differentiate pretty easily. Toddlers do not need to be smart to cause problems. Exactly. They can just be annoying. Their existence kind of causes the problem to begin with, so that's my thing. You can differentiate, but you know what you hear. Oh yeah, I love people who say that. I know what you said. Don't bring in context clues? What do you mean context? Context clues are a real thing. That's not Freudian. I feel like you should be able to differentiate what someone is saying based off the possibility of their accent or whatnot. It's just the way I talk. It's just the way I talk. I think you're just not giving me the benefit of the doubt for having a weird voice. Who knows? What I think it is I think the way I say hey, it's like pulled into the way I say six. You're denying that your accent makes six sound like it. I'm claiming the opposite, therefore no context of the sentence. I don't know if I'm deciding. I don't know. The fact that you can differentiate, I don't know. I guess that's fair. Because I wasn't trying to deny that it sounds like it, I guess. I guess it was more of a case of like, that's obviously not what I'm saying. That was my sort of thing, I guess. I'm not here. Ouch. You having a thick accent won't stop you from making fun of strangers' accents online. More power to you, I guess, Chief. Not having to talk in front of the judgmental strangers gives you so much confidence. Exactly. If no one can judge you, then did you really even say anything? It's my tree falls in the forest equivalent. I was like, I feel like he's gonna come through the door. The fact that that man can hold up all of his weight, he's strong. Genuinely impressive. I respect the heck out of this strange, caterpillar man? I guess you could call it. I am gonna have to get a block and then take it and throw it to hit that button. I'm like, 6, just run by this guy. He's built like a Pikmin enemy. I've never played Pikmin. I have 0 frame of reference. All I know is, like, isn't Centipede more than a caterpillar? Let's see the way he moves. See if we can get a good read on that motion. Is that more centipede energy or caterpillar energy? It's like a poll. Is this man caterpillar coated or centipede coated? Why is he poking inside of the neck holes? I hate that. What are you trying to accomplish here, buddy? Whatever it is, I don't think you're doing it very well. Sigma males when centipede males walk in. Walk is a strong word. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Okay. Walk is definitely a, yeah, strong word for it. So what What is the definition of a sigma male? Oh my, is this just a running section? Because 6 is hiding here, so I feel like it's not a running section. I'll try it one more time. Okay, it's definitely a running section. I don't know if it's a running section. It is a running section, maybe? I'm confused. Like, from my understanding, is Sigma male just, like, sexist? Because I hear people use that phrase, be like, I'm a Sigma male. I'm an alpha male. And then they'll just say, like, the most sexist thing in the world. Alpha male is supposed to be a guy that actually pays money for clothing to look good, while Sigma males are supposed to be the same but without caring about appearance or hygiene. Ew. Is that what a Sigma male is? So basically any guy? Dude, so many guys are so gross. So many guys are so gross. It's just awful. Oh my god. Ew, 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 ew. The number of men I will see in public restrooms who, like, use a urinal and then just, like, walk to the mirror and immediately start styling their hair and then leave without washing their hands. I'm like, you are so disgusting. You are so disgusting. This makes me not, like, this is the reason I don't want to ever touch a doorknob. This, like, this is the reason I utilize hand sanitizer every time I can. It's so gross. It's so gross. They stole this bit straight from Dark Souls 1. Urine-based hairspray. That's literally what it is! It's, so disgusting. I want to think about it. Really don't want to think about it. It's so gross. So gross. And it, like, happens all the time. Like, I'm always seeing guys do crap like that. God. This is, why I hate men. I'm just grossing myself out thinking about it more. Alright, let's just get through this section. Almost done. I figure we can finish the hospital section, because I think we're close to finishing this. Because then I think there's like 2 sections, and this is what I had scheduled for next stream, so I can do those 2 sections next time. Alpha male feud is funniest thing, though. You have one sided confused how anyone be loved for who they are without buying expected care to impress women, and the other side confused about showers. You tried to join the Discord of another VTuber you watch? You're cheating on me? No, I'm just kidding. The other VTuber you watch, and after you joined, you went to Gen Chat, and the first thing you saw was Girlston. Dude, of course. People suck. People. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why, admittedly, I don't like to admit to people that I watch VTubers. Because there's, yeah, just user. There's a somewhat incel-y vibe to it. I would say that's to a lot of, like, Twitch chat in general. I know this isn't Twitch, but same sort of thing. Oh, when the heartbeat's going is when I'm not allowed to move. It's going da 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 da. I don't know. It's like in the same vein. VTuber fans are in the same vein in a lot of the ways as like anime fans. And anime fans are something. Does that mean be part of it? Yeah, it's in the same way that a lot of popular anime and whatnot is unfortunately incel bait. And that's all the reason why I don't care for it much anymore. Programming fans have a similar incel problem? Oh, do they? Yeah, a lot of STEM fields are very male-dominated, so that would make sense. Like, lots of, yeah. Are kind of, engineering stuff, programming stuff are somewhat male dominated. And so you get, it's weird. So like this happens in my D&D group. So in my D&D group, we're all guys. You're telling me saying women should go into STEM once a year didn't solve gender disparity? Oh no. So, in my D&D group, we're all guys, and some of them will just, it's 4 of us, 5 of us, and some of them will just say the most, like, misogynistic crap sometimes. And every time I try to call them out on it, and like, it makes me not... I heavily consider just stop playing D&D with them entirely, and it's just really tough. Because, like, a few of them are good friends, but... I don't know. It's... I'm so at odds about it. Because it's hard to just be like, okay, I don't want to talk to these people anymore, my friends. But when one of them drops just like a sexist comment and you're like, what the hell? And then another one agrees with them. It's just like, what? What do I do? And it was really awkward because it was like at the start of the session too. And so it was like, I'm about to be hanging out with people for the next 4 hours. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to the DM about it because he's my friend and he doesn't do those jokes. And I'm also kind of playing D&D with them just for him because I enjoy D&D a lot, and he really likes D&D. He loves DMing, and he loves that more of his friends get to play. And he had to like push me to get to play the initial time, then I really loved it. So that's actually a good idea. I'll shoot him a message about it. It's yeah. Because the last time, and they're all older than me. They're all like in at least their 30s. And then the last time, one of them is this dude who won't stop, like, every time he gets a chance to complain about pronouns or, like, people changing their pronouns or deciding to have a new gender. It's like this such freaking boomer energy. More like, why are you pissed? Why do you care that anybody's going by a different pronoun? How does this affect you at all? You get to live your life completely removed from all of this, and for some reason this is a problem to you? And when I called him on it, I got dogpiled about it by the other guys. I got crap for it because I was uncomfortable with him crap talking people who are maybe transgender, or maybe they just prefer a different pronoun, or like... It's draining. It's draining. I'm sorry you're going through that, Bestie. I'm getting pretty edgy with my friends, but when you know when to cut out, especially when it starts going beyond your... Right! Like... I've been known to say a joke that I'll say in the company of certain friends that I won't say in the company of other friends to get mean-spirited towards them or whatnot. Like a specific friend. Another incredible visual. But... It's like they say it with... They say it and it feels hateful, and it's because, and the reason they're comfortable saying it is because it's a group of guys. And so surely every guy will agree with my sexist comment. And it's like, what? What is your problem? Yeah, Chief. Okay. I saw the save thingy. Like I said, I'll shoot my DM a message. And what annoys me, though, is that I know what my DM will say. Because he's known one of these guys for years. It's this dude who lives in Florida. And will say kind of out-of-pocket stuff. In a very, like, Alex Jones level of shock jockey kind of way. or like Andrew Tate level of way where it's like, did he just say that? And it's kind of funny at times because it's so ridiculous. But if I say like, hey, I'm really uncomfortable with those kinds of things, I feel like the one guy who always complains about pronouns is just gonna say, he's like, oh, Poisson's just being a snowflake. And then the other dude is just not even gonna acknowledge it, and I'll just be told, well, that's just how he is. Boys will be boys. Screw off. Whatever. And if that means I stop playing, that's the thing, where it's like, if it's causing me this much stress, if that means I just don't play D&D with them anymore, it is what it is. I can live with that. Because if I'm getting uncomfortable in these sessions, if I'm getting uncomfortable with the jokes they're making, well then I'm not going to have a good time regardless. So, screw it, I'll drop out kind of thing. That's what it feels like. But like at the same time, there are times I have so much fun. I love being my character. I love being characters. I love playing characters. I love D&D. And I don't have another group to play with, and the fact that, like, I have, like, great back and forth with these people and all that stuff is what makes it hard. And it sucks, because it's, like, it feels like, I think I've mentioned this before. When I was in high school, you know, I have all these friends in middle school. I'm part of this big friend group, like a dozen people. And you're together throughout all of middle school. All right, and then you get into high school. And then in freshman year is 2016. In 2016, Trump is elected for the first time. And then these people start to kind of show an inner nature that you didn't know they had. And so this group of a dozen people or so all start saying some crazy racist shit. And crazy sexist stuff. And homophobic stuff. And anti-trans stuff. All this stuff. You know. And so it's like, okay, I'll start you know, certain people in the group start saying it. So I start distancing from those people. And then you have people is still in the group who I think, okay, well, these people are fine. Then I'm sitting in class next to them. And then one of them just, like, tells the joke. And just in the joke, casually drops a slur with a hard R and whatnot. And then the other friends who are there, it's laugh. And then you just look at these people and you're like, okay, well, I guess, wow, these people are not the people I want to interact with. And so there's part of me that worries that I'll run into that kind of situation again. There's part of me that worries that just, like, if I try to say anything about it, if I try to speak up, if I try to say, hey, I'm uncomfortable with you guys saying this stuff. If you're gonna keep acting like this, then I don't want to play D&D with you. And I feel like I don't know if it is, but I'm worried that the type of response is gonna be, get over it, snowflake. And if that is the response, then I'll stop playing D&D with them, but it's like, no, it sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry for suddenly opening that can of worms on you guys. You guys don't need to have any of that on Tefty. Ending the stream on that note. I know it's a real fun note to end on. I don't know. I'm sorry about letting all that out, venting so much. Anyways. I will be continuing this tomorrow. I'll finish this tomorrow. We only have, I think, 2 more areas to go. A lot of it's relatable. Yeah. Turns out you run into a lot of people who secretly suck. Anyways, The deepening of our parasocial Javon brings you not but joy. Well, that's good at least. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. I'm getting to rant about it, which makes me feel better. Anyways, thank you all for watching. 2 more sections. We'll finish it tomorrow, same time. I've been Poisson Invariance, your vtuber math lover gamer. Nonsense enjoy your deputized C programmer and bad person. Thank you all for watching. And bye-bye.